Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade
Shady
and the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl Treese,
It's Mel.
and today we are here to give you your recap. Y'all see the people in the background of the Love and the Marriage in the Huntsville, season 8, episode 7, Love and Lockup. That's why I said y'all see the people in the background because I didn't want y'all to get confused to what show we was doing by the
I was gonna
title.
say we were just talking about that.
Right. So anyway, y'all, we want to thank you for being here, all of our new viewers and our Shade Squad. If you haven't already, please make sure y'all hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all keep on subscribing and share as well, okay? Because we are getting closer and closer to 1,000. I think we're about 887. Don't get me lying because I don't want to mess up the numbers. Because I think it's like 887 right now. So let's just keep growing and glowing and doing what we do because that's what we do, right? But yeah, and let's get into it, y'all. And let's get shady. We open up this episode. We obviously are continuing this conversation with Tisha and Nell. Nell, shuts down the argument between Stormy and Tisha. She tells them both they clearly don't see it for each other and basically tells Tisha just don't go to her event. And I was kind of.
And why are we even having this conversation if you RSVP'd already?
And I'm at my party at that. Nell's a better individual than me. So then Tisha said, well, as Nell said, she RSVP'd already. All the ladies are basically telling her that she is going way left. So they get up, walk away, and leave. Her and Nell continue to have their conversation, which ends up, I don't know if you want to just call it loud talking or whether it was arguing, but Tisha says that she didn't appreciate Nell calling her crazy. I guess Nell was clearing up a statement that she made and apologizes for calling her crazy, but does say that she's aggressive. Said, well, which one would you rather have, crazy or aggressive? You know what I'm saying?
But she said she didn't call her crazy. She said situation.
Okay. So Tisha says that she's no longer with it, but that's because I'm no longer with the bull mess. And I said, Tisha, who are you? And who are you trying to be? Pipe down.
Pipe down, honey.
Right. And then Stormy goes to confront Marsau about, the whole conversation with Tisha and is like, what happened? So, what's up? What's up? And so basically Marsau is like, he don't know, but says, last time you and Tisha were in a, situation, it wasn't good. So I thought y'all was beefing as well. So it is a little weird to get an invitation from y'all and nothing's really, but it ain't mean nothing to me. I learned how to let things go. I was extending the olive branch. You know what? I will say this in Tisha's defense. I have been kicked out of enough things and enough situations that if I am not good with you, I am not showing up. If I'm not sure that I am good with you, I'm not showing up at your event.
Well, I mean, in Stormy's defense, she don't know. Girl, you've been kicked out and you got trauma because of that. So me trying to extend an olive branch, she was weird.
I guess. So Courtney.
But I will say this. I think that, and I'm saying that it has to go either way. I'm not saying that Tisha's wrong or Storm is wrong, but me personally, I would have liked to have a conversation before I go to your event or before you send me an invite. Let's sit down and talk about it. Now, maybe you plan to do that at your event. Right. I don't know, but I would prefer not to mess with your event, or you decide whether you want me to come after that. But me personally, I would have liked that. I would have said it was weird because I see, you trying to extend an olive branch, but definitely, I would have felt like we need to have a conversation first.
And to Courtney's point, he says that, basically Marsau is just sticking up for Tisha, which is what he's supposed to do. And, Stormy was like, well, if we didn't want you there, we wouldn't have invited you. To Stormy's point, that makes sense. But There's also, Stormy, you've really been doing a lot of producing this season and creating scenes. So I absolutely believe to create a scene, whether it be for yourself or anyone else on the cast, you absolutely would have invited Tisha regardless. And that's just my thoughts. Now, then basically Tisha says that she's upset because Nell said something about her being a mentor to Tisha, and she felt like I'm your friend. So, why would you make it seem like I'm not your mentee or whatever the case may be? And she was offended by that instead of saying that they have a friendship. And
And
so
that was the reason for her whole little attitude.
right. And so Nell basically tells her, next time you got a problem with me, don't come bring it to my birthday party. Hey, pick up the phone and call me, just like Mel does. Well, I'm not Mel. I'm not Mel, but yes, next time I'll pick up the phone. And I said, to Marcel's point, you know, I'll be wanting to see it for Tisha, but
Well, now I retract my statement because you had a whole attitude with Nell and was okay coming to her event without having a conversation first. You waited till you got to the event, had the conversation, but that's what you want from Stormy. It's weird though. It's weird.
well,
So let me go and take that right back.
okay. Nell said it. I didn't.
Well, anyway, I know after that, listen, she listen, she went and enjoyed her party. She jumped on her man. She showed everybody at the party while we still together. Okay. She did some little ride thing. And then it looked like the bottle girls there. They looked like they got the big backs from Atlanta or something. I don't know what the hell, where they hired.
Not the backs from Atlanta.
Yeah, girl. Courtney and Chris and Martell, they met up. First thing out of Martell's mouth is how Nell is picking sides. And Chris said basically it's because him and Mel can't be in the same room together. They constantly doing some stuff to each other. So Martell was like, he want to know how did the conversation go? Because he was like, I know Nell came and talked to you about not inviting me to her party.
Right.
He was like, well, I mean, she came to me for advice, but that didn't last for too long. She told me what she was going to do. And that's what she did. So Marcel said, he'll be at Courtney's event. But he doesn't really know if he's going to be the entertainment because, he's still feeling like he got a dad bod and, he felt a little self-conscious about it.
Maybe that's how Sheree felt too. I mean, Sheree out here getting it. Ain't no ma bod, ain't no me ma bod on Sheree. I'm just saying, maybe she felt like he was giving dad bod too.
Oh, that Martell was giving. That's what I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, I thought you said because that's how Sheree was feeling too. I thought you meant about herself.
No. I was saying feeling about him. You see,
I think even his dad bod is not.
He stay in her DMs still trying to shoot his shot for a little post law.
He probably did something to mess up for real. But I think listen, the scene where he's at the gym with Latricia, I don't think his dad bod is for real dad bod. Like
it's not for real, yeah.
It's not for real dad bod. He just don't feel sexy. But I don't think it's for real dad bod. Like Courtney might be giving dad bod a little bit. I don't think Martell is giving dad bod. I'm done with them, Chad.
Courtney is giving me I have a private chef and Stormy makes sure
I know that's right.
Something, okay?
I know that's right.
And that's what it gives me.
It's giving happy daddy.
Right, it's happy daddy. But yeah, so then after we see that scene, we get to Tisha basically getting checked by her husband. She's talking about all the challenges she has wearing so many hats, which I'm gonna say at this particular, I could understand where she was coming from. You're trying to work, you're trying to be mom, you're just trying to be the best everything. Nels can tell you, I share with her all the time. I'd be like, oh, I just want to do my best, and between YouTube and my job and parenthood and relationships, and you be feeling like you just can't give everybody your all.
And you'll feel burned out. You know what?
I absolutely related to her in striving to be the best, but I also had to realize that I can't be good to anybody else if I'm not good myself.
Yeah, I feel like I understand that when you're younger, but I feel like at this big age, everybody should have in some way learned that you can't. You can't
Right.
please everybody. You can't do everything. You can't be everything for everybody if you can't do it for yourself. So what you don't want to do is burn yourself out. And I don't even see why Tisha even complaining about this. Listen, he didn't want you to do all that stuff anyway. Just tell him you ain't doing it. I'm sure he'll go back to being happy and cheating in peace. He ain't got to worry about being out and
So
running
I
into you on
don't
the
know.
street.
So we'll get into that. Hold on to that thought. So she asked him if he's spoken to Kimmy about anymore about submitting their bid for Maurice's and Kimmy's situation they got going on, and he lets her know that he talked to Maurice, but she wants to make sure everything is on the up and up because as we know, her and Kimmy had a moment where Kimmy's like, I don't really see like I if we weren't family, we wouldn't be friends, okay?
But I don't understand. Their falling out from before had nothing to do with this.
But it came from it didn't because that whole fallout came from Tisha saying she didn't feel supported or something crazy like
So
that,
why
right?
I don't understand why she got so much fear that this
She
kid.
basically she just because Kimmy is her only ally on this damn show at this point. She doesn't want to fall out with Kimmy.
Over
That's
nothing.
right. That's the only person that she can really trust. Let's really think about it. She just is really linking up with Latricia. Her and Nell, I don't know what the hell they got going on, but they claim they're getting closer. But she really doesn't have anyone else outside it. So if Kimmy, it would be what else would she have?
Well, with her being so hyperactive, she really ain't gonna have nobody for too much longer.
That part. So yeah, basically Marceau says that he's trying to keep things positive and says that they even extended, they talk about the Black Expo and number two. And apparently they doing a repeat. And they even invited Mel. They reached out to her people. They took the appropriate steps because
She said,
Mel's very
have your people call my phone.
right because
And I'll be
Mel's very
unavailable.
professional out in these streets, but she's still booked and busy. She wasn't able to make it. However, Marceau believes it may be because of his comments, but Tisha's like, no, she's just booked and busy. She's just booked. And so then they get into how Mel wants to have a conversation with Marceau about his comments relating to her and Martell. And Marceau basically said that, what was I supposed to do when Anchor hit me up? And it's constant fighting between her and Martell.
I want to know. I want to know if they were offered to pay her. Because remember that was the issue before.
Well, that was
Because guess what? That'll definitely make her booked and busy.
right. And so basically he's like, I don't know how we always just get pulled into their stuff. And he's like, and you realize that everyone that has spoken bad on us, and then he goes to name Mel and Martell, Kiki and Tiffany and Louis, and look at what's going on with them. I was like, well, damn. So then
That
Tisha
add
said,
Stormy to the list.
so then Tisha was like, that's why I had to show them I'm not to be played with. This is not your role, girl. This is not your and it's not believable. It's not a
Even
believable
Kiki do it better
character.
than you, girl. Kiki do it better than you, child.
Right. And so Marceau basically lets her know that getting down in the gutter with them makes her just as low. And
So
then
gutter
tells
Barbie.
right, and then tells her that she needs to work on accountability. And when I tell you, I told y'all, I can't even say we have a love-hate relationship because I think I've been liking Marceau the past at least 2-3 seasons we've been doing
When he
this.
said that, I thought, ooh.
Um, and he admits that he doesn't think she takes accountability because she told him to let it go. She started did what Tisha
I don't
does
want to talk about accountability
and
right now.
starts to get teary-eyed and then comes back. Well, why would you ask me about accountability? I thought you wanted to let it go.
Right? I thought she didn't want to talk about it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm that person. I mean, I don't want to talk about it, and they be like, but why did you say that? But why did you say that? I really want to know.
I thought we was letting it go.
Right. Um, and then he brings up how her default is she's defensive. So she thinks he calls her out for everything, and you don't need to call me out in front of everyone. And he's like, do you think I really call you out for everything? And I said, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, when he said that, he was like, she's like, you don't have to mention every mistake. She said, Do you think I call you out for every mistake? Like, girl, you make plenty.
But
Okay.
I love how he cleaned it up and he said basically everybody doesn't do everything right and we're all striving to be better people at the end of the day. And it's basically a chance just because someone calls you on something that doesn't mean basically it's a chance to improve. And I absolutely agree with Marsau in this instance. And it's probably a chance for Tisha to improve, but she's so defensive that she's not receiving it.
You know what? And I appreciate all that, but what happens when Marcel gets called out on shit?
Well, that part. And then they walk away from
He
the
deflects.
conversation frustrated. But what I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you heard when she said to him, and she's like, "Oh, so you could just do what you want and say what you want, and I'm just supposed to say." And I said, "Oh, tell it, Tisha, tell it," because even with we've all been wondering how does he just go to Africa, not talk like, and he basically she was like, "So you get to do and say what you want, but when I do it, it's not okay." But I'm just supposed to let and you do say and do whatever you want and never ask any. I heard that.
The way that man mind works, you're the woman, I'm the man. Absolutely, that's how he feels.
I know, but when she slid that in there, I said he was like, "No, that's not how." But I said, she's telling us something more. So she's saying it without saying it. That's how things roll in your house. It is what I believe, allegedly. That's probably how things roll in your house. And that's why that's in that moment. That's because she's like, no. Again, she's tired of being, I think even, and if y'all want to go deeper, I think maybe even this whole outburst that she's going through might not even have to do with the ladies or whatever. She might be tired at home, and sometimes you just angry and anything will trigger you and set you
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
That might really be what this is. This new Tisha is she's tired of Marsau, everybody else, the fans coming after her. She's just tired, which is
Well,
more of a
she
reason.
need to do like Tiffany and take a break.
Take a break. And I was just getting ready to say, and that's why she needs to, especially being on a public platform, but just even as a mother, a wife, as a self love, you need to take a minute to pour into yourself
I
because
wonder if that's why she keeps on bringing this whole. Because, like I said, Marcel wanted her to do that anyway. He never wanted her to work. I wonder if that's why
even
she
with the
keep on
like
saying it to prepare us for maybe her not being on the show.
I don't know, but even with the wearing the ring thing, I feel like we've heard that before. He's still not wearing his ring and he's still not doing it.
Let me tell you something. There would be no peace. There would be no peace. Guess what? If I ain't got a peace of mind, if I ain't got a peace of mind, there will be no peace. Just put the goddamn ring on.
Well, that part.
Okay, so Stormy and Mel, shocker. Okay, they met up, have some sushi. They caught up a little bit. Mel let her know that she appreciates her coming out to support the podcast.
Can I
Stormy,
say they both look really good right here in this scene?
mm-hmm. Stormy feels like the whole situation with Sunny. She said it was given that she always wanted that man. Okay, and basically, ha ha ha, I got him now, boo. You know what I mean? And she said, if it
He's
was somebody,
fine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. You can't sleep at night.
she probably don't got him all the time either. And she said that if it was somebody she cared about, she couldn't see herself being so abrasive. Now, Mel wants to know what was the stuff that happened with her and Tisha. And she's like, girl, I don't know. She just turned into a little chihuahua. Just like, okay. She was like, she was going at nails too. She said she don't know really what that's about. She said she didn't even know that the issue that Nell and Tisha had was like even if a real one. Mel was like, yeah, girl, it was a real issue. Okay. Stormy like the girl is super childish, okay? And Stormy, basically let her know, listen, girl. So my lovers and friends, even I invited Martell. Okay, he gonna be the entertainment for the night. And she said, oh, okay, that's fine. So I won't be there. Okay, basically you made your choice. She's
I mean, I think it was respectable and it was a grown woman conversation. I just think it was kind of sad because you clearly saw Mel was planning on going. That's why she was asking about what attire was supposed to be. Like she was definitely planning on going to support. And I actually would like to see these two. They will never see. The crazy part is, and I'm happy that she's not, we haven't seen her on this season because we got to be real. It seems like the real breakdown between Mel and Stormy was her mama, her intrusive ass mama.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they were good friends.
Well,
She mentioned that she didn't like how Mel disappeared on her, but
yeah,
again,
because there was already an issue before that.
but
Before
Stormy was new to the franchise. She didn't realize, oh, this is what Mel do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying, hear me out. I'm just saying that I think that her mother had a lot more to do with the breakdown of this and why we don't see more of them two together. Because of course, Stormy's gonna be loyal. I'm gonna ride for my mama, and I'm a, my mama don't with you, but I gotta film a show with you, so we're gonna do. But any more like her coming to the house or anything like that, I don't think we'll see anymore. As long as Stormy's mama is there, I would like to see them get back because they're both kind of, I don't want to say in the same industries, but doing the same things. Like they could support each other, and I would just like to see that and less of Stormy
and wildly successful women,
right? And less of Stormy trying to be another EP on this show. So then we get into Tisha and Martell, right?
See, he's not giving dad vibe right there.
No, he's not. So Tisha goes to her training session with Martell. She's wondering how he's going to act. She's still on this, do you know me? And I'm just like, why do we care? But clearly there's something there, right? Y'all like how I did that. So she reintroduces herself to Martell. Said, you don't know my name. Okay. But he said,
I just didn't remember.
Right. He says that he's not looking forward to this workout with Tisha because, he's out of shape. Martell asked her how long she's known the Scotts, and she says she's known Marsau the longest because he used to work with her ex at some place called Monaco. Maybe it's like a real estate.
Well, she said, yeah, ex in Monaco or something like that. Go ahead.
I didn't think it was real Monaco. I thought it was like maybe a business.
I think so either, but then I was like, is there, because you know how like it might not be like that country, like, but like maybe there's like a city or something in there. You thought like it was
okay, I get what you're saying.
Like, but so
look, Shade Squad, Huntsville Shade Squad. Is there a city nearby?
Yeah, near Monaco. What is Monaco?
Give us tea. Let us know.
Did you think Marcel was being shady with this whole party thing?
Oh yeah, and he was like, "Oh yeah, they used to talk." Well, not even being shady, he threw Marsau out there.
Threw him clean, slid him right under the bus. Talking about some, oh yeah, these that girls. He used to let girls have parties for free, and she's like, I didn't even know they had parties.
I think Martell came to the season and said, you know what, y'all are trying to destroy me, so I'm about to take he said I'm taking y'all down, I'm taking y'all to the pits of hell with me, right?
Even when she mentioned something about Chris and started laughing, I thought about you when you mentioned that scene that you felt like they just kind of like threw him in with Stormy and her, and he's basically, well, I'm not playing along with this.
Right. He's dragging them to the pits of and either it's I don't really want no friends, or
I don't think he trusts nobody anymore anyway.
Right. I think, but I don't know, because I did catch a lot of that shade and I was just like, wow, Martell, you're throwing a lot of people under the bus, because then he talks about Nell being a side chick again, even though he said he wasn't going to say that again.
And apologized.
Right. And then
Marsau is getting reamed out in the next scene for standing up for your ass, talking about free Martell, and you over here throwing his ass right under the bus. Friends.
How many of us have them? Right. I don't know. I guess Martell
not a one. He ain't got not a one.
You gotta remember, this is also, he started this season off going off on Carlos and saying, oh, this is a fake show and I don't want to do this anymore and I want to show my real life, aka I want to bring Arion on here, or coleslaw on here and show my real life and what it's really like. And I think because so many of the cast members were like, what you doing? Shut up. Like, not that they're actors, like, you know what I'm saying? But they were just like, yo, you're messing up the show. Like, get off social media. And I think Martell said, oh, no, no, no. But if I'm gonna get off, if I'm gonna go down, y'all going down with me.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the only reason why Mel is still on the show is so that Coleslaw can be on there?
Oh, absolutely. But I know, but Carlos is adamant he's not messing.
Yeah, I don't think he would still put her on there, but I just know for sure she's not going to film with her.
Well, anyway, so then Trisha's just confused by all these comments that Martell's throwing out. And then he talks about how, oh yeah, so you can't is your that's another thing. Can y'all tell us, is it Ken or Kent? Because I heard some people say Kent, but I thought it was Ken.
Oh, when they put it on the screen, it's Ken, Ken.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah. So anyway, so they talk about Ken, and he's like, oh, so that's your side dude. Oh, because you still married. So technically, and he goes, you know, Mel did that too, and tried to say it. And I was like, oh, Martell is not playing. He said, you going to give me some camera time and I'm going to use it. I ain't going to waste your time. Okay. And yeah, no, that was pretty much the scene. And Trisha leaves being like, I don't want to train him again because I learned a lot of things that I didn't need to know. And I don't think we learned about anything between them, but we do know that they know each other from way back, but we didn't get any more insight. But I do know that Trisha did an interview. I forgot with who. I believe it was.
She definitely acts like she knows him more than he knows her. He's still like.
That's why she's worried about it. And that's what's strange. But yeah, she did do an interview with Carlos's good friend, Dustin. I don't remember his last name, but I didn't get a chance to go watch it. But when I get a chance, you know, I will come back to y'all next week with the tea and tell you what Trisha said, because I'm sure they're going to ask her about the whole Martell of it all. And I want to get the words from her mouth on what's going on. Okay.
What's going on?
All right. So for the meat and potatoes.
Well, sort of kind of. It was at the end, of course, to be continued, as they always. So Mel met up with Marsau, okay? And she told him that she wanted to speak with him about the statement that he made to the media. Of course, he already knows. You know, he got the 411 from his wife, so he knows what she's talking about. And she said she don't understand why he even felt the need to make the statement. He said that basically...
Hold on, you're not going to go in and talk about how nice she was? How she went in congratulating him on a successful Black because I thought that was really sweet. Like, she didn't come in gunning for him. She came in like, oh, how did the expo go? And did everything go well? And you had sponsors and okay, so you took all my advice. I'm sorry, we got to touch on that, but go ahead.
Well, look, she did it. I that's not in my notes. So basically, he said that when the story first broke, you know, it was circulating that he was the one that was arrested. So, you know, he wanted to clear his name. And she said basically denying that it was you is one thing. Basically what he did was a whole nother thing, okay? And she's like, you know what, when y'all stuff came out about the whole lawsuits and stuff, she was quiet. She was everybody on mute, okay? He said that it was one of his personal friends that reached out to him. And she's like, I got personal friends that reach out to me all the time, and I'm still on quiet. So he showed her the screenshot of the conversation. And what really got her upset was the Free Martell comment. And she said, you ain't even know what happened to be talking about Free Martell. What the hell is wrong with you, right, sir? Hit me up, ask me what the hell happened. How you going to get on media talking about something? Free this man and you don't even know what the hell is going on. And of course, it's to be continued. That's kind of where they ended it.
Well, the reason why I wanted to make a point of her coming in, because it goes to show, even if I'm not really rocking with you like that, I still want to see you win. And so that's why it was so unfortunate for her to see this text message. And it's like, yo, we really down right now. Like, my family's really down right now. Like, this not only affects Martell, this affects my kids, this affects me. And you really just needed to sit back and shut up. Because at the end of the day, I'm not speaking on anything that you do or what's going on with you. at the end of the day, I want to see y'all win, regardless of how I may feel about you personally. And for you to go and put free Martell, that's when I was like, okay, Marcel, this is our first. Well, I won't say it's our first one this season, but this is where you get me. This is where you get me, because you could have just shut up. You could have just shut the. That's my thoughts. Yours?
I can understand both sides. Because, yes, if I don't know the story, at the end of the day, it's my friend. And I want to show my friend support. My friend doesn't feel like they're supported by anybody. And if I'm
Maybe he shouldn't be. Maybe he shouldn't be. Maybe that's part of the problem. You're enabling a narcissist.
Trace, if you were a narcissist, I'd enable your ass.
Well, that's frightening. Don't
say
if
you're my friend, you're my friend to the end. Okay? And I'm gonna support regardless.
You know, narcissists aren't able to have any friends outside of themselves.
That's not true.
Because they love
well,
themselves.
They're not able to have true friends. But they still have people that consider them friends.
Right. They consider them friends. The narcissist doesn't.
Well, Marcel's a narcissist. Marcel considers him a friend, clearly. But it ain't all the way around. We just saw him.
Okay. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying.
So he felt his friend needed to be supported. So I mean, I get why she's having a conversation, but I also understand where he was coming from in that sense, especially not know what was going on.
Can I tell y'all something? If she was the N-word, I would not support her. I couldn't be around. I love her.
She lying.
I would have to love her from a distance. I would hit her with a Mel. I gotta protect my peace. I love you from a distance. But I look, I have boundaries.
She's okay. Don't believe. I'm her boundary. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that, man. She lying to y'all.
But yeah, y'all. So that was pretty much the episode. Drop down in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on what happened, what occurred, and anything you think we said wrong or did wrong, because that's just what y'all do. But that's okay. We're here for the conversation. But if you haven't already, please, please, please make sure you hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Don't comment like that.
I didn't want to come out. As long as you finish up your comment,
I don't want no cough emojis in the But yeah, make sure you subscribe
and
the notification bell.
Yeah, hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms: the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And make sure y'all ass got on your mask, because okay. Love y'all. Have a good night.
Good night.